Yeah, what's happening? It's Larry Loudpack bringing you the latest in cannabis news and culture. In here, as usual, with the man, Malik the manager.
Assalamu alaikum.
And this is Fuego News. Let's get it. An Albanian government official was arrested for allegedly smuggling weed out of the country by using her political status to avoid suspicion. Arisa Farrow serves as the IT director for Albania's top intelligence agency and was arrested on December 29th near the border with North Macedonia while transporting about 130 pounds of cannabis. Police say Farrow was using her official government ID to avoid police checkpoints and searches, and also noted that they suspect the people arrested, including Farrow, of having links with organized crime gangs. Hey, they tied in, bro.
Hey, all types of tied in. So apparently she was involved with, I guess, a scandal with fixing the amount of votes in like the April 25th, 2021 election. Like she was a part of the people that were what is it?
Fix the election?
Yeah. So like I guess they tried to fix the election, got caught, got put on trial for something.
She didn't get proved guilty.
It wasn't like she didn't get caught guilty. Yeah.
She was tied in, but she got off.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
They were like, oh, hold on, you was involved in this little scheme over here though. So it's like,
yeah, she already looking suspect.
You already looking what?
Yeah. And
Come on now.
Man, you would think you probably would have laid low after that one too. Niggas was already on you. Man.
And then this 17-year-old suspect that's with him too, I'm already knowing he was the one that was actually like selling the product, allegedly.
Yeah, they had a 17-year-old and her boyfriend was with them when they got arrested.
That was probably nephew.
I don't know who the 17-year-old was, but you know they had him around just to do the shit that nobody wants to do.
In fact.
Like they just had him probably doing the labor work and really like holding the bag, you know what I'm saying? Like taking it, because you know she wasn't holding the bag.
Nah.
She was lining shit up though.
Well, no, to be honest with you, no, she probably was holding the bag if you think about it. She is the government official, so they
She's
they
the
probably
one who's not gonna get.
That's not the person you gonna raise a red flag on if we're being honest.
She was sliding right by TSA with the duffel on her.
Sliding everything through.
Damn.
Albania is trying to get a part of the European Union as well. You know what I'm saying? This don't help that.
It's not a good look. Not a good look.
This don't help that.
They've been trying to join the Europeans so they don't get invaded by Russia. And now they looking crazy out
exactly.
here. First of all, of course, the IT director of intelligence is a woman, bro, because they think about how they go through phones. You know what I'm saying?
IT of it.
They the best at going through phones.
They are the best investigators on the planet. No
Imagine they had a Puerto Rican woman doing it. That's who you need for the job. She will get to the bottom of that shit.
Shout out to the Puerto Ricans too.
Hey, shout out.
Vice reported that the official said with access to internal IT and information system, Farrow's alleged crime links could lead to a high risk of intelligence being passed on to criminal gangs or hostile intelligence services.
Oh, I didn't even think about that part. She's giving all the intel out.
All the free game up.
Hey, yo, the feds are on the border right here, right here, right here. Oh,
she was able to get everything through.
She was probably doing some loads, but I bet she was giving info and getting broke off from other people and organizations for like, okay, this is the time and place to go through here. You know what I'm saying? We're going to go ahead and make sure you don't get checked right here.
That part.
Okay. She was lining it up.
What?
Damn.
Come on now.
That's a good one. That's her right here?
Yeah.
28-year-old. Look at all the packs behind her right there. That's fire. Somebody photoshopped her smoking a cigar over the packs. Oh, that's perfect. Yeah.
Perfect.
Okay.
It fits everything.
That's all I needed to see. Twitter has ended a federal partnership that presented users who searched the site for drug-related keywords, including marijuana, with the suggestion that they should consider drug treatment. The feature was launched in 2020 in partnership with the Federal Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration and was suspended without notice after Elon took over the company. Elon shut that down. Yo, and the message read, "Help is available. If you or someone you know is struggling with substance abuse, you are not alone."
When I type in marijuana, that's what pops up.
Yeah.
Those the ops.
Until like a month ago or something like that.
Those the ops, bro.
Still, Twitter, we knew Twitter was feds.
They said if you search for cocaine, heroin, all that, LSD, MDMA, psilocybin, pills, Adderall.
And they put weed in there with that.
And other drug-related terms came with no such invitation. Consider getting help.
Maybe I'll just want to see somebody on heroin. I just want to see someone dozing off on a train.
No,
I don't got a problem.
Hey, no. That is no. Elon got a bigger agenda. You know what I'm saying? So like he really had to clear out Twitter just to be like, all right, now I have full control. Clear everybody out.
Yeah, got to wipe the board off. And then, but he let Donald Trump back on, but then took Kanye off. He was like, Trump can come back, but Kanye, you wildin'. Like,
yeah, true. And also what Elon is trying to really do is allow free thought. You know what I'm saying? So like this ties into that. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people
but we can't say that Hitler was a good guy.
Relax.
That's what Kanye said.
What
Kanye said Hitler was lit.
I'm cool.
He had good art.
Talk about
He was a silly guy.
According to the article, it's possible that Samsung proactively sought to end the partnership, especially considering that the head of the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, which the agency falls under, has been taking to Twitter in recent weeks to discuss federal marijuana policy, including more than one tweet posted at precisely 420.
Yeah, that's funny as hell, actually.
That's hilarious.
Do you think Elon would have taken Hitler off of Twitter?
Yes. If Hitler had a Twitter,
Hitler would have had some fire tweets. Hitler would have had some banger tweets, nigga.
I don't want to be a part of this nonsense. Nah.
All right, my bad.
What we really just saw right now is a lot of the data probably that the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Service Administrations were, that data that they was receiving, they lost all access to that data. That means something to them.
I didn't think about the data, so they were collecting data from the
Definitely.
website. Yeah.
These are the Mental Health Service Administration with substance abuse.
With a partnership with Twitter.
Substance abuse and mental health. You know what I'm saying? So
they got Kanye
They
out of
went
there. They were like, Kanye's got to go
we
first.
We gotta go.
Patients will now be screened for cannabis use before surgery after the American Society for Regional Anesthesia and Pain Medicine discovered possible complications between anesthesia and cannabis. According to their research, people who use cannabis may need more anesthesia to be put under for surgery and could experience more pain after operations due to the way anesthesia and cannabis intermingle. Acute cannabis use, like smoking within 2 hours before a surgery, can also increase heart rate at the same time anesthesia reduces blood pressure, which can cause arrhythmia along with other potential complications. The ASRA recommends postponing elective surgery for a few hours if a patient appears altered by cannabis before surgery. That's pretty wild.
They saying they gotta add 50% more anesthesia.
That's pretty significant.
That is a lot. So people, no weed before the surgeries, please. Because you definitely increase just your risk of not having a successful surgery. And they're saying the pain afterwards, you're going to feel that.
Well, you're not supposed to get high before you get a tattoo.
That's a fact.
Getting high increases your sensitivity to the pain.
Exactly.
A lot of people think that weed like helps them with pain, which it does in some ways.
Afterwards,
yes.
Ingest your weed after the situation, after the surgery. You know what I'm saying? And they're trying to say this can lead to an increased need for opioid pain relievers. So my question to you is, how much do you think weed is a gateway drug, if it's a gateway drug at all?
I mean, you never really need to take opioids, but you might be prescribed opioids after a surgery or something like that. And if you smoke a lot, you might need a higher dose to actually get the same type of pain relief. So I don't know if that really correlates to people, weed making you go start taking opioids. But if you are taking opioids for whatever reason, whether it's prescribed or not, then, even if you're drinking lean, right? You would need more lean to feel high if you're smoking weed. And a lot of people who drink lean are smoking weed. So that kind of adds up. I don't know if that's necessarily a gateway correlation.
I feel like that's what they're trying to say. They're saying, additionally, patients who use marijuana before surgery may experience more pain while in recovery than those who do not. This can lead to an increased need for opioid pain relievers post-surgery.
So then they actually feel the need to take opioids.
I can see a person that, oh shit, the weed didn't do what I expected it to do. Okay, I might need maybe an oxy. I might need maybe something else to help.
Yeah.
In regards to them trying to say that it can possibly be a gateway drug, I think this is a situation that they can use, making an example of that.
They could try to cite that as like, well, this is evidence of it being a gateway drug, but that's kind of a reach, because like that doesn't necessarily mean that you're gonna take opioids. You're just feeling more pain. Police discovered an elaborate underground bunker being used to grow cannabis in South Australia and seized a large amount of cash, dried cannabis, hydroponic equipment, and cocaine. 2 men were arrested on the property in connection to the operation, one 53 and one 20 years old. The men were also charged with possessing firearms without a license after police found 2 gel blasters in the bunker that fall under the same category as real firearms, even though they fire harmless water-based pellets. The 2 suspects are being denied bail and are currently being held in jail awaiting trial. Gel blasters?
All right, shout out to South Australia, to be honest with you, for not having bullets. They're showing us the solutions to the problems we having today in America with these mass shootings and shit. Now, because I know for a fact these bad boys hurt. That's why they're labeled as legit firearm. We know what the game is like. It's dangerous. So
Yeah.
I feel like the dangerous people actually having gel blasters is a sign.
This is a 2-year prison sentence. Like, this isn't like they're doing something that could get them life. Like, this is for weed in Australia, you can get up to 2 years. I don't know if, beyond a certain point, maybe you could get more than that. I don't know how dangerous these guys really are just out here growing weed. Like, America's the only country that has more guns than people in the country. A person must have a firearm license to possess or use a firearm. License holders must demonstrate a genuine reason, which does not include self-defense, for holding a firearm license and must not be a prohibited person.
The gel blaster that we looking at right now look like a real gun.
It looks like
both
a real
of these
gun.
mugs look like a gun.
Yeah, that looks like an AR.
Them look like rifles.
Yeah, these ones right here look legit. I kind of want one of these now. I might get a gel blaster. A California cannabis nursery has adopted blockchain tracking for certifying clones, making them the first in the state to do so. Mendocino Clone Company was named in a partnership announcement from the EMTRI blockchain project and tech firm Global Compliance Applications on January 13th. The project will certify all clones with a batch certificate and provides more transparency and insights to the journey of each individual plant, from cutting to after the flower stage, including the weight of the flower the plant produces. That's kind of dope that they keep track of the weight of the flower afterwards.
Like certain individuals have a Gorilla Glue number 4 cut, right? Or certain individuals have that cookie cut,
Yeah.
right? So what I feel like this is going to also do is the individual that started off that seed, they're going to actually start getting compensated in some form of way, because now we're able to show the legitimacy of the seed that people are actually receiving.
That's a thing with NFTs already.
Yeah.
So like the
yeah.
creator of the NFT gets paid every time it gets sold, right?
Exactly.
So that could be something that gets built in later when you start attaching, some kind of NFT or coin to your product. But yeah, it's really interesting for the application of genetics, like you were saying, because a lot of people like to say they got this cut and they got these genetics, and the majority of them are capping. If you don't get your genetics from a legit nursery in the first place, or, you're really tapped in with somebody who's actually got these genetics, it's tough to know. Like, you might think you got it and you grow it out and it's good, but it's not the real Gelato 33 cut. It's not the real whatever the cut is.
And I mean, like, also too, like, everybody's plant is going to come out different too, right? Like, if you get the seed from the source still, if you don't use the same soil, same process,
Well,
I feel
seed is completely different, because these are clones. This is a clone nursery. The seeds can be completely different in how they come out because of the phenotypes. So you never want to try to get a seed expecting a particular phenotype of genetics. So like and I think they're only doing clones.
Only doing clones.
I don't know if they are doing seeds, but with seeds, it's really tough to know which phenotype you're going to get. Like, you get a 10-pack of seeds, and you might have one that's really the pheno that you want, and the rest of them might express completely differently.
Since they're doing this with the clones, though, I feel like it's going to be steered to the seeds, because if you have a mother plant, you'll know which seed where it's coming from. You know what I'm saying?
You'll know where it's coming from, but there's still phenotypes. So like, whenever you do a breeding project and you stabilize it, that first stabilized project is an F1 basically. When you cross something, you get that initial F1. So when you do that, you have all these different seeds come off the plant, right?
Okay.
And then you do a pheno search, you do a pheno hunt. So you plant all these different seeds and see how they come up and flower out and express. And you could have one that's got lemony to it. You could have one that's more gassy, one that's shorter, one that's taller, and then you pick the one. So that's why Gelato 33 is called Gelato 33. That was the 33rd phenotype that they took out of probably 200 phenotypes. So that is the one that ended up being the one, right? So like that's why you see the numbers behind a lot of stuff, because it's the number of the pheno that it was out of the X amount of seeds that they did a pheno hunt on. So a lot of big breeding projects, they're doing thousands and thousands of seeds, and they end up selecting one plant out of those thousands of seeds. So the seed coming off the plant can be completely different.
People don't know that.
Yeah.
If you don't understand the science of it, people are just going to assume that once you get the mother plant, any seed coming off that mother plant, it's going to be the same exact plant that you got from the, you know what I'm saying?
No, sir. It's like you having kids.
I'm glad.
You can have 50
it's
kids.
It's the same shit.
You can have 50 kids and they're going to look different, act different. They're going to vary in different traits, right?
Wow. It's just like having kids, people.
Yeah, yeah. So don't think that you get a seed and it's just going to be exactly what you expect. You need to get stabilized, feminized seeds, and you still could get different phenotypes.
On top of that, this is just very good for people knowing that their clones are legit. That's more what
it's verified. It's verified.
It's
but that's what's dope about it, because they are doing clones. So that's really the only way to know you're getting the exact genetics is through clones.
Exactly what you want, because it's a clone.
Yeah.
It's a clone.
So now they can verify, all right, you had from step A, from point A, when this got cut off the mother plant, then all the way through the flowering process. That is dope.
This same system is actually tracking when it's going from clone all the way up to the however much weight it has.
Yeah, to what that plant produced.
Yeah,
which is cool. So then you'll be able to literally look at the whole journey of the plant.
Where everybody sees them going is implementing it into the fashion industry, because people are getting fake bags and fake belts.
That's real too.
That'll actually help the fashion industry keep the verification on their products, because can't nobody go into that shit.
Yeah, that's a good ass idea. And also, shout out Capricorn Cannabis, because this is why you need to know that you got a good nursery. It's so easy to finesse metric nowadays. It's really tough to trust a certain company that isn't, if they're not really verified in their genetics.
In November, a cannabis-themed metaverse project called Cannaland was launched to create a virtual world for cannabis enthusiasts.
Oh, I might have to go get a headset now. I'm going to have to get some property near Snoop, too. You remember that? Everyone's trying to get the house next door to Snoop.